Hello, Tri-Cities. Wayne and Allison Costley here. We just want to give you an update of what's happening with us on the mission field at the Esther School.
Yeah, we always are so excited about an opportunity to share all that God is doing and His goodness and His faithfulness, and just within, this year, which sometimes feels like years upon years, and then other days just feels like really quick, short days. We are in the process of His faithfulness in building our secondary school, which will enable kids to go to grade 7, 8, and 9. And in the midst of that, even the very beginning in the little bitties, working towards bringing in our next 24 preschoolers. And through that, of thinking for the future and what is happening next with our older kids, and then the excitement of bringing in little bitty kids, there's always so much happening here, from the food program that's happening here to the gospel that's being shared every day, and in the midst of that, of feeding kids spiritually and feeding them physically, the sweetness of watching them grow academically. God is always so faithful and so good, and there's always so much happening here on a daily basis. And with that, and with the celebrations and with the joys, of course, there's always seems to be some sort of challenges and things that we're praying through, and things that we can always have our church family lifting up in prayer. I mean, even the practical things that happen here, like, of course, the deadly snakes, the exhausting heat, and always the fight for power and water. Those are things that we could always use our church family's prayer over as we are trying to be faithful and trying to just fulfill what God has for us here in the midst of the joy and in the midst of the challenges. And I think another question you had was, how's our family doing?
And as a family, of course, there are the challenges that we face here that you hear about. But also as mom and dad, it goes much deeper. And, we would definitely ask that you keep, our family in prayer, but specifically our girls, as they are, two teenage girls trying to figure out life and that mess, but also here as missionaries on the field and being isolated and trying to navigate that. So we definitely ask you for prayer in that. But as a family on the whole, I think we're doing really well. We're staying connected and staying in the Word, and we get to spend a lot of time together, which is a blessing. But we definitely look forward to coming home and kind of getting rejuvenated and having those times together as a church and family and friends, and that's really refreshing for our souls and allows us to continue to do this and do what we do in hard places. So we thank you for asking and checking in with us.
Yeah, it's so hard to keep it down below 4 minutes of being able to check in with our church family that means so much to us. But we, of course, want to give a shout out to our church family that came all the way across the ocean just to share life with us here.
Amen.
And to encourage us and to just catch the vision of what God is doing here at the Esther School for His kingdom. And then even just the little things that mean so much to us, like the Reese's peanut butter cups and the chocolate chips and all of those things, like medicines that we need, and just the sweet gifts that were sent to our girls that just show them that they are thought of and they are cared for and that we aren't forgotten. So thank you so much, church family, for that. We cannot tell you enough the joy we experienced of having our church family here right alongside of us in ministry and in life and in laughter and in tears and in prayer and in worship. So thank you so much, Tri-Cities, for just enabling people to come and fill us up, and then sending them with just tokens of just love. And so, yeah, we're doing good. We are definitely on a countdown. We can't wait to walk in those doors of Tri-Cities Baptist Church and worship alongside of each of you, and just be back in our other home, celebrating what God's doing, feeling refreshed, getting refueled, and just being ready again to come and do what the things are that God calls us to do. So thank you.
Zikomo Kwambili, we love you, and we can't wait to see everyone.